Hey guys, welcome to a brand new installment of Musical Notes, and today we are discussing Lecrae's All Things Work Together. Okay, before we start, I have to say that I've always been a fan of Lecrae. Okay, it started when I heard Jesus music, so yes, that was his second album, but from that point on, I just knew that Black Eye had something special. There was something about him, and like the way that you can take Jesus and turn it into like music that you could bop to, and jam to, and then he speaks so fast. It's like I knew that things were going to happen for him, from the very first moment I ever listened to him. But I supported him from the day of small beginnings. I went to see him in 2011 at Busch Gardens in concert, and then I recently, last year, went to see him at the Strawberry Festival. Both concerts were lit, but see, his crowd size was like super small at Busch Gardens. And, but then at Strawberry Festival, there wasn't a seat left, and that was lit, okay? But basically, no matter, like, if you listen to Lecrae, you, have read his, memoir, and then, or you just, are never sure about Christian hip-hop, and then you kind of, like, put on Lecrae, and then you're like, wow, this is actually pretty good. But for me, it's always been Christian hip-hop, over secular hip-hop, because even though I grew up with secular hip-hop, as soon as I listened to Christian hip-hop, I just liked the backbeats. Like, the backbeats were sicker, man. They were really turned up, and so there was no, going back, because I'm somebody that just likes a sick beat, and then, of course, deep lyrics, and Lecrae gave me both of those, but, I've been a member of 116 Click, since Jesus Music, and I am not ashamed to say that I still am. And so, without further ado, here we go. Musical notes of Lecrae's All Things Work Together.
Yeah.
I was curious to see how Lecrae would start his album as a major artist. By the way, that is like phenomenal that Lecrae made it this far, and he now is signed with still Reach Records, but then he's jointly signed to Columbia Records, so now he can appear on regular news media, be featured more in regular media, and his music has changed in that it still speaks Jesus, but it does so in an inspirational way instead of like a doctrinal way, even though Lecrae never was about doctrine or theology, but there's a little bit of difference to it, but it still speaks loudly. And with this song, it's no better. Like, it started out great. The best line from the song is he says, understanding me ain't for the simple and elementary. That was like, I was like, okay, that's gonna be my Twitter bio now, because that's amazing. But I like that it was a song that started out the album, and then it was like, hey, shout out to the Day Ones and the crew. And it's about him going from Reach Records to a major label artist with his album up in Times Square. Like, that's basically what it's a shout out for. As well as it talks about other things that you can read about in the full review. I don't know what it is, but what you mean, like, it just makes me jam out. And I just like it. Oh, basically, it's the back again that really just makes me, you know, jam around. I don't look that stuff when I'm jamming out to it, but like a good song about somebody whose actions don't match their words, or vice versa. And I just think it's totally gangster. It is so dope that people are making dance videos to Hammer Time. And also, speaking of dance, Lecrae was actually featured on So You Think You Can Dance, not this season, but the season before that when it was the kids competing. And it was totally cool. It was Manolo with Triple E featuring Lecrae. But it was totally like the best moment for me as a fan of Lecrae to see Christian music be featured as a song you can dance to. And the same goes with this. Like, I like that people are making dance videos to it and just having a good time. And my favorite line from it is, if we live in what we talk about, you don't talk a lot. Meaning that sometimes the best way to go about life is to make less announcements. And oh my gosh, there's a quote that goes with this. I forget what it is, but basically don't always announce everything that you're going to be doing.
Man, I ain't scared of none of y'all. The only thing I fear the IRS and God. If you want me, go against me. Nah, they.
So as you can see from that tweet, I basically, Coming At Me is my favorite song on this album. And it's because it's like, right away it was like, Ayo Biz, let me drop it right now. And then it drops it, and it's like, oh my gosh, so gangster for Jesus, first off. Secondly, it's like the perfect mix of righteous and ratchet, as you can see, is what I said. And then, so unexpected, they used sleigh bells in the backbeat. I was just like, how freaking dope. So good. Lecrae, you knocked it out of the park with this song, okay? I don't know if you'll watch this, but if you end up watching this, please know, come and get me. Thank you for that
one. Just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end.
Okay, so remember how I said last year I went to see Lecrae at Strawberry Festival? Okay, so then after that, literally a month later or so, like there was a little bit amount of time between, I went to see Tori Kelly. And then, right after Tori Kelly, I seen a picture of her and Lecrae in the studio. I was just, I was fangirling because I am a fan of Lecrae, but I'm also a super fan of Tori Kelly. And, like, the fact that they did a collaboration, it was like, it made my fangirl heart sing so loud. Like, this is a great song, and it's speaking so loudly to the times we are living in right now, as well as just, in general. Like, it's so good. Lecrae, you knocked it out of the park again, and Tori, your voice is just so beautiful. Thank you for doing this, guys, and thank you for writing this. Like, it's such a strong song, and I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm so happy that you guys did a collaboration. Please do more. Do a whole album. I don't know, like, just, like, it's great. I'm just so happy. Thank you.
It's gonna work out sooner than later. You don't have to worry about tomorrow.
Instead of having a title track, it's kind of like this was the title track, and then based on Romans 8:28, because I know that's where the title comes from. But this song is so powerful as well. I really like it. It's like a lyrical tale of Lecrae's story of how all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to His purpose. That's what Romans 8:28 says. But I just love the singing part in it that says, it's gonna all work out sooner than later. and yada yada. I'm not gonna sing for you guys because that's not a good idea. But so good. Thank you for that one too. So that is today's episode of Musical Notes. For the full review, please check the description box for the link to read the full review of All Things Work Together by Lecrae. Thank you for watching today, and thank you for checking out my review. Until next time, bye guys!